This shady car dealership scam didn't happen that long ago. In fact, less than 2 years ago in New York. But another reminder on how important it is to be on guard and do your research ahead of time before doing business with a local dealership. This is about Star Toyota of Bayside, New York. Allegedly, even though they had to pay some fines, allegedly engaging in deceptive business practices targeting non-English speaking customers. They had to pay restitution to at least 21 people. According to the New York State Attorney General, Star Toyota of Bayside allegedly targeted Chinese-speaking customers inside Chinese-language publications, inviting them to come speak with the dealership's Chinese-speaking sales team. And after negotiating a price with the Chinese-speaking staff, the customer would be passed off to an English-speaking staff member who would give the customer a contract with a higher than agreed upon price. To further this scam, the sales representative would add items including unwanted warranties, service contracts, theft insurance to this contract, and didn't give the customers a copy of those contracts. It gets worse, and this is a theme I've heard throughout other shady bad apple dealerships. They would submit inflated or fabricated personal financial information to its lenders to secure loans that the customers were struggling to pay in the first place. After they bought the car, the Chinese-speaking customers who were unfamiliar with the car buying process in the U.S. were told by the sales staff it's a good idea to leave a cash tip. Star Toyota of Bayside resolved the allegations against them and agreed to pay $100,000 in civil penalties to the state of New York and over $185,000 in restitution to 21 of their customers. Too often I'm hearing about these bad employees within these dealerships who are engaging in deceptive, illegal practices of either forging documents, adding information after the fact, putting in hidden fees, lying flat out to the customers' faces. It really does hurt the industry as a whole. Again, the dealerships aren't bad themselves. It's some of the people within the dealership that are running these things. There are countless examples of this happening all over the country. I wish this was an isolated situation, but it happens. This is about 3 car dealerships in New York, 2 Honda dealerships and 1 Acura dealership scamming their customers. The good news is they got caught and had to pay a settlement worth over $13 million. The company, Paragon Motors, ran the Honda dealerships in White Plains and the Acura dealership in Queens. They had to reach a settlement to pay restitution for charging their customers hidden fees, known as jamming, according to the Attorney General. Here's how it worked. The Paragon dealerships used deceptive sales tactics to charge customers for credit repair services and other after-sale items without the customer's knowledge or by claiming that the services were free, according to officials. So here's what they did. The company had an arrangement with another company in New York that sold unlawful credit repair and identity theft prevention services to car dealerships, and then Paragon would buy those services and then sell those contracts at a higher price to their customers. And you guessed it, those transactions were illegal because state and federal laws prohibit the sale of upfront fees for services that promise to help customers restore or improve their credit. So, if a dealership says we can help you improve your credit, that's a big red flag. And oh, by the way, the company that Paragon was doing business with to sell those services, they were shut down as a result of the investigation. It turns out Paragon allegedly sold its fraudulent services to about 15,000 customers during a 4-year period. The unlawful sale of those items sometimes tacked on more than $2,000 in hidden fees for the sale or lease price of a single vehicle. Paragon at the time claimed to be the largest combined Honda dealership in the nation. They had other dealerships as well. They had to pay back $6 million in a restitution fund to be distributed to the company's consumers with those contracts. Also, each of those 15,000 customers received a measly $500 settlement card. And get this, that card could be applied to the purchase or lease of a vehicle or a number of services or accessories from Paragon. The company also agreed to pay over $300,000 in penalties, costs, and fees to the state, according to New York officials. My disclaimer I like to put out here is that not all dealerships are bad. Sometimes you have a bad apple running a dealership or a few bad apples, and that really messes it up for everybody. But do your research ahead of time. Be vigilant. Be on guard. Talk to people in your area who have done business and find out what it's really like there. And be aware of these red flags.
Thanks for watching. Please click subscribe and give us a thumbs up. See you next time.